Alright guys, nobody was expecting these things to happen in Forsaken, including a secret collab happening, potential redesigned Milestone skins, and the real reason Noli is purple. Let's get into it! There also seems to be a pretty major collaboration coming to Forsaken fairly soon, and it's honestly one of the weirdest partnerships people could have expected. Instead of collaborating with another Roblox game or horror game, Forsaken now appears to be teasing a collaboration with Opera GX. A lot of players started noticing this after both the official Forsaken account and Opera GX began following each other on Twitter, which immediately caused speculation across the community. What makes this even more believable is that Forsaken has already started replying to a post made by Forsaken News, saying, "Bro, that's AI," which makes it seem like the collab is already in the works behind the scenes. Because of this, many players now think we could see the collab officially announced very soon. If this does happen, it would probably work similarly to previous Opera GX collaborations with other games. For example, Arsenal previously had a collab where players had to download the Opera GX browser to unlock exclusive rewards in-game. Forsaken could end up doing the exact same thing, where downloading the browser gives you access to one or multiple exclusive skins. Right now, we still don't know which characters would actually receive the skins. It could potentially include several survivor skins along with maybe even a killer skin as well. A lot of people are already trying to imagine what an Opera GX-themed cosmetic would even look like in Forsaken. However, the collaboration has already caused a lot of mixed reactions from the community. Others have pointed out that games have already done similar sponsorships before, including Bite by Night collaborating with Metal, so an Opera GX crossover really is not that unrealistic. There has also been some backlash from players calling Opera GX spyware, which has made some people wonder if Forsaken could potentially back away from the collab entirely. Still, with both accounts publicly following each other and with Forsaken replying, it seems it's pretty much official at this point. What skins do you think we could end up seeing from this collab? There has also been a lot of discussion recently surrounding the Milestone skins in Forsaken, specifically the Coolkidd Milestone skins. These skins have actually been in the game since last May, but they ended up becoming fairly controversial within the community. Around a month ago, there were even talks about the Milestone skins potentially being removed entirely. However, despite the backlash, the creator ultimately decided to keep them in the game. Even though the skin stayed, many players still feel like the current Milestone designs are a little too simple compared to the newer skins Forsaken has been releasing recently. Right now, most people only really use the Milestone for Coolkidd skin because it is the only version with the hood, making it stand out much more compared to the other Milestones. Because of this, players have started making redesigned concepts to make the progression between each Milestone skin feel more unique and connected. One of the biggest redesign concepts came from Impossible Impact, who created an entire progression showing Coolkidd slowly transforming into 007 and 7 throughout the Milestones. A lot of players are saying these concepts honestly look good enough to already be official Forsaken skins. The Milestone 1 redesign is basically a kid version of Coolkidd. He is just wearing regular casual clothes, without anything too crazy yet. Milestone 2 then references Coolkidd's origins by putting him in a pizza place uniform. He fully looks like a McDonald's employee. No hate to them, but because of the outfit design. Milestone 3 is where the transformation into 007 and 7 really starts becoming noticeable. He begins wearing the iconic glasses along with the hat usually associated with 007 and 7, making the connection between the two characters much more obvious. Finally, Milestone 4 becomes a full mix between the current hooded M for Coolkidd skin, even including the Robloxian on his hat laughing, which makes the design look far more detailed and intimidating. What do you think about these redesigned concepts? Something that players have only recently started noticing is the fact that why Noli is actually purple. If you go back and look at some of the older designs for the character from other games, Noli originally appeared much darker and was more of a blacked-out figure rather than having the bright purple appearance we see in Forsaken today. Because of this, a lot of people have started questioning why the character suddenly became purple in the first place. One of the biggest theories players have come up with is connected to royalty and status. The color purple has commonly been associated with royalty for years, and since Noli wears the Void Crown, many people think the developers wanted the entire design to match that theme. It would honestly make sense for the purple color to represent Noli's power and importance within the lore. However, there is another explanation that many players think is the real reason behind the design choice. A lot of people believe Forsaken was actually inspired by Hello John Doe, which is a popular Friday Night Funkin' mod created by Infree. In that mod, one of the characters shown is Noli, and that was one of the first times people really saw the character designed with a purple appearance. Because of this, many players now think Forsaken based their version of Noli off that interpretation of the character. Honestly, both explanations make a lot of sense and could easily connect together. Whether it was inspired by the royalty theme or by Hello John Doe itself, it is cool to finally understand where the purple design for Noli may have originally come from. Now, for Shedletsky specifically, there was an image of his profile that a lot of people started looking closely at. There was another character that hadn't really been talked about much recently, and that was Clockwork. Clockwork is a potential upcoming survivor that's based on the Roblox admin account of the same name, and this small detail instantly got a lot of people excited. A lot of people originally thought that Clockwork might release alongside Doombringer in a future update, with Clockwork being the survivor and Doombringer acting as the killer, since they both come from that admin background. So seeing him referenced again in Shedletsky's document felt like a pretty big deal for the lore. However, even with this tease, we still haven't seen any real development updates for him yet. At the moment, it doesn't look like he'll be coming in Chapter 3. That said, Clockwork is still a confirmed survivor. There are still a lot of older skins that haven't really been touched at all, and one of the biggest ones people keep bringing up is Butcher Slasher. Now, if you didn't know, Butcher Slasher is actually based on Emesis Blue, which is a Source filmmaker movie, and while the skin already looks somewhat similar to its reference, it's one of those skins that barely anyone uses anymore. Even though it matches with Dr. Ludwig, since they both come from the same SFM, there still isn't a proper LMS between them, which feels like a missed opportunity and something that would fit perfectly in Forsaken. With this, Executioner decided to take things further and make a full redesign concept for the skin, and this is where things start to get really interesting. The redesign adds a lot more detail to the clothing, making it look much closer to the original Emesis Blue version, and it also includes a highly detailed mask that makes the skin stand out way more compared to what we currently have in-game. There are actually two versions of this concept as well. One shows his while the other version takes it even further, showing him completely burnt, which fits the theme but might be a bit too much depending on Forsaken's age rating. And on top of that, Executioner didn't just stop at the design. He also came up with some really unique mechanics for how the skin would work in-game. During Raging Pace, his burnt face would actually come out, adding a really creepy effect. Then during Gashing Wound, instead of using his usual weapon, he would pull out an MP5 with a full custom animation, which would easily make this one of the most unique skins in the game. A lot of people are already calling this peak design, and it's easy to see why. Do you think more skins should get redesigns like this? So it's crazy to see all of these things that nobody really expected. What could we see come to the game next? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening It.